transacting stuff that would have to be transacted with a lawyer or, litigation and whatnot. The code and, whatever cryptography is put in the system confirms it. And, there's really nothing to worry about because, it's secure. But they also offer a debit card, which is powered by Visa and allows you to spend your crypto. And what's cool about this is depending on the amount of money or crypto you stake, they'll give you different perks. Like there's one perk where if you use that card to pay for Spotify, they'll pay you back in crypto. So Spotify is like $10 or $12, so they'll give you $10 to $12 of crypto every month for using it on Spotify. Depending on the level, you could get benefits from Airbnb and different companies. So that platform is really cool. You have Binance, which is probably one of the biggest global platforms. A lot of people in China and Korea and Europe use Binance. They've been cracking down on United States users, so there's actually a Binance US. But Binance is cool because it gives you access to all the cryptos that's out there pretty much. There's like over 2,000 cryptos. So if you want to get risky and trade, Binance would be the best option to use. They have Robinhood. So Robinhood, a lot of people are familiar with. It's easy. A lot of people are privy to Robinhood, and they allow you to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin. The only difference compared to the other platforms is you actually don't own the coin. So it's just like a way of trading. You don't actually own the keys to the coins. So on like Coinbase, Gemini, Crypto.com, Binance, you could actually send the coins from the platform to a separate wallet. So if you don't want it to stay on the platform, you can send it to a different wallet and kind of like set it and forget it. That's another way of like saving. And then there's Cash App. Cash App, we all know what Cash App is, and you could buy crypto on Cash App as well. And they actually allow you to store the coins also, so you have access. The coins are actually yours in Cash App. Robinhood is not really yours. All the other platforms you own the coins also. So, did you have any questions, Key, about like the platforms or anything you wanted to bring up about that?
No, I think you had touched on covered the platforms really well. Just wanting everybody to know, like, there are others out there, and if you didn't get a chance to like write down the 6 that he shared, I'll try to make sure to put them in the group. So if you don't have a wallet, for your crypto, that you can look into these companies.
So just speaking of wallets, there's one wallet called Nexo Wallet, Nexo. So that wallet is pretty cool because they do lending. So you make money on your coins, as I was saying before. So with Bitcoin, they give you up to 6% APY. With the stable coins, you can get up to 10 to 12% APY. Ethereum is about 5%. They have Litecoin on there. They have a lot of the other cryptos like Chainlink, which is a very popular one as well. And you get paid out for allowing them to lend your crypto. Now, also, they offer credit, and you could get up to 50% of your balance. So, say you have 20,000 in crypto in there, you could get a loan for $10,000. You can leverage the crypto for that loan. So, this might be beneficial for people that have bad credit or don't want to go the traditional route. You could use this option. So that one's called Nexo Wallet. There's another popular one called Celsius Wallet. This is a really trusted platform as well. The creator of this actually created voice over IP, which was like the new form of like telephone service. He created that, and he created some other really cool companies. So he created what we call Celsius Wallet, and they do the same thing. They lend out the coins, and they pay you back in interest for doing so. And it's all backed up by smart contracts, so it's safe. You don't have anything to worry about really. So those are the two I would definitely recommend. So like we were saying, buy for the long term. Think of like the future. If you want, you can keep it on Coinbase. It is secure, but if you want to make some extra money on some other coins other than Tezos, you could send it to like the Nexo wallet or Celsius wallet and gain some interest on the coins you have. And I think Celsius pays out like every 3 days, and Nexo wallet is like every week or something like that. It's periodic though, and you'll see the difference over a month's time. So I think it's really beneficial. So again, I just wanted to break down how blockchain works because it could be confusing. So pretty much, A wants to send money to B, or Andre wants to send money to Key. Um, the transaction is represented online as a block. The block is broadcasted to every party in the network. So it's sent out to the blockchain, to all those interconnected computers. They all get the alert. Now, those in the network approve the transaction, so they make sure that the transaction is valid, and then the block can then be added to the chain once it's confirmed, and then that person then gets the money. And that actually takes a few seconds or a couple of minutes. So that's why we say, sending money through blockchain is much better than like Western Union if you're sending money to, family back home or overseas. And real quick, I just want to touch on what they call blockchain 2.0, which is Ethereum. So Bitcoin was like the beginning of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And then Ethereum kind of took it to the next level. And Ethereum is kind of like, even though Bitcoin is like the mother of crypto, Ethereum is also. Ethereum is a developer platform, and a lot of the coins that are in existence were developed on Ethereum. So there's a lot of value with Ethereum. Like Tezos was actually created on Ethereum. Um, so what they introduced was smart contracts, which is programs on the blockchain that can be executed automatically when certain conditions are met, conditions which are coded into the contract. So I think I've always think of like music artists. So I know sometimes they don't get paid out what they should get paid out, but like with a smart contract, they would really never have to worry about them getting their money or their royalties, because once that song plays, it's automatically going to go to their wallet. So that's like a cool way of thinking of smart contracts. Um, Ethereum offers like storage and backup. It offers speed, security, efficiency. It's paper free. It's transparent. It offers savings. So a lot of the same things as Bitcoin, but like I said, it offers smart contracts. Now, there's a lot of companies already working with Ethereum. They have what they call the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, and there's a lot of popular companies that we all know: Microsoft, BP gas station, BBVA bank, Intel, Santander, which is the bank, ING. There's a lot of popular financial institutions, JP Morgan, that are in alliance with Ethereum. So it would be advantageous to us to, look into Ethereum and maybe dollar cost average and put some money aside into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hello? Okay. It was like a squeaking noise. But again, just to dig a little bit deeper into blockchain and all the different industries that could take advantage of it. One I want to talk about is voting. So blockchain and voting, we would never have to worry about like recounts or miscounts or anything like that, because everything would be on the blockchain. E-commerce could benefit from it, as we said, healthcare, So you don't have to worry about like doctors or certain agencies tampering with people's like medical history. It would all be on the blockchain. Titles and records for like houses. So, if like family members have issues when it comes to like estates for like the deceased, relatives, everything will be on the blockchain, and you don't really have to worry about who gets this and who gets what. Ownership for anything really. So blockchain is beneficial in all different industries, and that's why I like to compare it to the internet, because the internet kind of catapulted different industries. Because of the internet, you got a lot of people that are fitness trainers, and they could do fitness online, and then think of like what's included with fitness. Now they could make fitness gear or like water bottles, and that's all because of the internet, and the blockchain kind of has that benefit as well. And then another reason why we should invest in Bitcoin is because some of our favorite people have already been investing in crypto and Bitcoin. Um, One of the most uh, well-renowned rappers, Nas, he has an investment firm where he invested in like the Ring doorbell and a lot of other companies like Dropbox. He has said good things about Bitcoin. He said it's like the internet in the infancy stage, and his company has invested into like blockchain technology. 50 Cent, back in the day, like 2013 or 14, I think Animal Instinct was the name of that album. He sold some of it for Bitcoin. Ghostface Killer from Wu Tang, he was working with some people to start a crypto. The late great Nipsey Hussle was in Europe in the beginning stage of like some of the crypto areas, like in Amsterdam and Switzerland and whatnot, and he was heavy into it. Snoop Dogg actually performed for a convention for Ripple, which is another cryptocurrency, some years ago. So, there's a lot of our people that know it and are into it, and this is another reason as to why we should, follow the money. And also, we have like a real life Wakanda coming in Senegal with Akon. He has his own coin called Acoin, and he already got approval to start building in Senegal. So it's going to be like a fully crypto city. So that's really going to be like the future. So just think of all the benefits. And of course, that's not going to be done overnight. It's going to take some time. And I'm sure by the time that city is created, Bitcoin will be far more than what it is now. So, like again, I said we just got to think about the future and not really think of like the day to day or even week to week with the Bitcoin activity. But that's pretty much the gist of everything. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. If you want more information or just to keep up with different like trends and whatnot, you can follow me on Instagram at urbanblockchain.com. I mean, sorry, at Urbanblockchain. And I actually spelled it wrong. So it's Urban, Urban, and then blockchain. You can follow me on Instagram. And I'm going to start making videos for YouTube too. So if you want, you could start following me from now, and you'll get alerts when I start making those videos.
I see Rashida has a question. Is it a bad echo?
I hear an echo. Yeah, I do.
And
I also wanted to recommend a book. It's called Bitcoin in Black America. It's by Isaiah Jackson. It's a really good book, and it goes in depth as to why the Black community should invest in Bitcoin. You know, we missed out on a lot of opportunities as a group. Um, One just being like the beginning stages of the internet, as I was talking about. You know, there's a lot of different things we missed out on, and this is a chance that we don't want to miss because it might not happen again in our lifetime. But yeah, Isaiah Jackson, he goes in depth about that with the book Bitcoin and Black America. And hello. Was there any questions?
Can you see Rashida's question?
No. Did she put it into Facebook?
It's yeah, she says, should I continue to invest $20 a week via Cash App?
I wouldn't say no, because I would definitely say continue to invest, whichever platform you're going to do it from. I trust Cash App, one, because it's made by Square. Square is like a really big merchant company. So think of like all the like pop-up shops that came about, or just like all the different you know, coffee shops and venues. A lot of them use the Square POS, which is the point of service device, like the cash register. A lot of them use Square. Square also offers the thing where you can plug into your phone and people can swipe. So just outside of Bitcoin, Square is like a really good company. So I would trust buying Bitcoin from them. But to take advantage of like the benefits of like other coins, I would say maybe graduate to like a Coinbase over time, but definitely continue. I would say that.
Yeah, and I definitely would echo the same sentiments, just like with stocks, you know, just kind of what I like to call crown rollback money, you know, like your extra, you know, $20 or whatever it is, continuously as your automatic, you know, growing your portfolio and just putting aside money that you won't miss. And then to piggyback on something that Dre said, and then something I also want to share with you guys is looking into like the Coinbase, Nexo, the Binance, those types of company, because there's going to become a point where the education level that I want to help us to get to is where we will start to use Bitcoin or either our cash to purchase other types of cryptocurrencies. And like how Dre touched on Ethereum, and that was something I was going to ask him about, is Ethereum is like the platform, pretty much from what I'm understanding from what Dre said, and correct me if I'm wrong, that most of the cryptocurrencies are built on.
Yep.
So what does that mean? That means that these coins need Ethereum in a sense. Am I correct, Dre?
Yeah, that's correct.
And so it's just like with Apple. Sometimes everybody's like, oh, I need to buy Apple, but we never think about, hold on, what components does Apple have to buy to make the product work? And sometimes that's where we need to invest our money. And that's what I did like with I can't think of the name of this clothing company that actually 90% of the brands, they're using their same pants, they're just changing the label. And years ago, when I figured out who that company was, I bought stock in that company, and that stock outweighs like Levi's. If I would just purchase whoever owns Levi's or whoever owns whatever type of jean company. So I say that to say, opening you an account on the Coinbases, the Nexos, the Binances, places where we can then buy other cryptocurrencies. And, you know, it's sounding like Ethereum is the next best thing. Like Ethereum is still, I think it's like, is it 11 or 1200?
a share or something right now. I mean, not a share, but a coin. So it's still on the low end. And I'm not saying go buy $1,000, buy an entire coin, but to say it's trailing Bitcoin. It's like when Bitcoin is escalating, Ethereum escalates. So it's something that right now, you may be like, okay, I'm gonna put $20 here in Bitcoin, but then you may be like, oh, let me put 10 in Ethereum, or vice versa. So definitely continue to invest. And yes, we will definitely talk about some stocks and stuff that is on my Mindset About platform for, actually it's a post coming out tomorrow in the group about stocks. So please respond to that one. I hope today you guys were able to kind of understand that Bitcoin is it's not fake. It's real, and you have real US companies that are investing their money in it. So don't believe, the hype of when you hear people that haven't sat down to educate themselves kind of like say stuff like, oh, well, Bitcoin's not real, or, oh, Bitcoin's not worth anything, or Bitcoin's not this, and this. Realize Visa, banks, life insurance companies, billionaires, millionaires, hundredaires have some type of stake in Bitcoin. So it's not just some thing that's made up and fly by night. In no way am I saying go out there and put your savings in it. No. But what I want everyone to feel comfortable with, and knowing that Bitcoin is real and it is legitimate. Is that a good way to put it out there, Dre?
That's a really good way to put it. Yep, I agree. Definitely.
Okay. So you can, trust in that it is real. And the fact that they've also expanded to where you can borrow money, it's getting over into lending, it's getting to so many other platforms. So just feel good about knowing that. Someone asked a question, Dre, what are the top 5 cryptos besides Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Okay. I would say that's a good question, because it varies depending on what you like or what you are into. But gist of it, I would say Chainlink is a good one. Chainlink, the name is is like self-evident, so it's kind of linking the chain. So pretty much what they're going to be doing is taking off-chain data. Off-chain data would be like the data in the world. So like, just everything, whether it comes to like consumer spending or like, as we talk about like Apple and their products and whatnot. So taking all that data and putting it on the blockchain. So that's what they're responsible for. So they're called Chainlink. So that's what it's called, like an Oracle service. So I would definitely say Chainlink. There's a coin that I really like. It's called Synthetics token, SNX. And the reason why I like this one is it's built on Ethereum, but they're into what we call DeFi. So Ethereum created this new term called DeFi, which is decentralized finance. So take the word decentralized that we were talking about, not being controlled by one person, being controlled by the community of people, and then add finance to it. So what Synthetics, or SNX, specializes in is the derivatives market. And derivatives is pretty much like futures and options, and like the fact that we could buy gold like ETFs or gold stocks. So we're not actually buying gold, we're buying like a derivative of it, like a form of it. So once that market transfers over to the traditional finance, I think Synthetics would be like, you see Ethereum's at 1,200 now. I'm pretty sure Synthetics could easily reach that in like a few years. If you just think about like the overall market of like the world and what that could include. So Chainlink, Synthetics, I would say,
XRP?
I wouldn't, I don't know. Right now, I wouldn't say XRP. XRP is getting sued.
XRP, they're going through a little legal battle with the SEC. We know how that goes. It's a paperwork issue. It's just a paperwork issue.
Overall,
and look, XRP is like 30 cents.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's cheap. It's very cheap, but like right now, it's kind of risky, but it is very beneficial because the company that made XRP actually operates in like international money transfers already. So they already work with the bank. So it's a good hedge in the crypto market. But it is a little risky right now because of them being sued by the SEC. But it could just be all fluff, and next thing you know, they skyrocket after all of this. So that's another way to think about it. So I wouldn't negate XRP altogether. Hold on, let me just look at the chart. So
XRP. I think that whole thing is, you know how our feds are. It's like, hey, you guys are actually made to be considered a security, and on the security exchange side, but your paperwork only says, X, Y, and Z. So, I agree. I'm like Jamal. I think they're it's gonna pull through. I personally have Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink, Ethereum. What is it pronounced? Syntax? Syntax, and then I have some Tezos, but that's because I'm staking.
Yeah, I like Tezos a lot, also because of
those staking. Are the ones.
So I would put Tezos up there because of the staking. Cosmos is another one that offers staking also, and Cosmos is kind of like the internet of blockchain. So their job, or what they're trying to do, is to connect all the different blockchains. So Chainlink is connecting stuff that's not on the blockchain to the blockchain, and Cosmos is kind of connecting the different blockchains so they can interact with each other. So Cosmos is a really cool one too, and they offer staking too. So you can earn. It's pretty much like earning dividend.
Okay, and someone wanted to ask again, what is staking?
So staking is pretty much just locking up the coins on the network. So it's becoming like the network is becoming less liquid. So there's no supply in circulation, or there's less supply in circulation. And that's in turn making the network a lot more stronger because the coins from the network are still on the network. It sounds confusing, but that's pretty much what it is. So Bitcoin was like proof of work. So the miners got paid out for proving their work. So once they prove the transaction or the confirmation, they get paid out in Bitcoin. Now they came up with proof of stake. So you get paid out. So we just think of like you owning Tezos. Think of yourself as being like a miner, and you're securing the network, and then you get paid out for doing that. So that's pretty much what staking is. So it's like earning interest or like dividends for holding the stock.
I got a quick question, if I may ask.
Right.
What is your take on the altcoin, like Doji and I think Litecoin?
All right, it's funny you bring up Doge. Doge is a meme coin. So Doge is dog in China. So somebody they put up a little cute picture of a dog and said that this was the new coin. And, everyone in the world loves dogs. Who doesn't like dogs? You know what I'm saying? Not unless you've been bit by a dog. But, that's another story. Everyone loves dogs and puppies. So it kind of became a craze. And then Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted about it. So it made it even more crazier. But it was really just a joke. He was kind of pretty much like being sarcastic, like saying, "Oh, I was investing in Dogecoin." But again, because a lot of people believe in it and like it, it can make money. So I wouldn't negate it. I would just be wary about it. Like a lot of platforms don't have Doge, so I'm surprised that Robinhood even allows you to trade it because they all believe that it's just a hype coin. It's just BS, or what they call like a shit coin. Litecoin, I think, is like, they call it like the silver of Bitcoin's gold. Litecoin is not as good as like a lot of the new coins coming out as far as technology. But when you think of like first mover advantage of, or like being in the market first, they kind of have that benefit because they've been around before a lot of these coins. And it moves with Bitcoin. It's a fork off of Bitcoin. So the people that created Litecoin used to work on like the Bitcoin network. So it's like the same concept, but it is actually faster than Bitcoin. So that's why a lot of people are like diehard fans of Litecoin. But I do see it going up too because it's a cheaper version of Bitcoin in a sense.
Thank you. And also about the staking, I believe that XLM is also introducing staking to their people. Last I read an email, I just wanted to point that out to you guys.
Yep, that is true. And on Celsius Wallet, you could actually get interest for lending XLM too. XLM is like I think the guy who created XLM used to work for XRP and Ripple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really popular one too. And they just created a deal with, I think, Russia or Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine for helping them create their digital currency. So XLM is doing a lot of work in the crypto world too.
While you're on digital currency, I don't know if I've taken too much time, but how do you go about? I don't know if you know, but how do you go about introducing a currency for the country to the market, the crypto market? Because my country in Haiti, there's this gentleman that already have the HTC, which is Haiti coin. Um, I just want to know how to go about what's the process of going to introducing that to make it as like the currency of the country and so on and so forth.
I personally don't know who to go to, but I'm sure you're gonna have to go to like the central bank because what they call them now, there's a term for it, the central bank currency. So the first country to kind of like coin that term was I think China with their central bank currency. That's supposed to be coming out this year. So I would assume you gotta like connect with the central bank and the Federal Reserve. Well, no, not so much Federal Reserve because that's United States, but yeah, like the central bank of that particular country. I don't know. You know that's interesting. Now I think I should do a little more research on like what Akon did and the steps he had to take.
Yes, that's what I was gonna pick it back on because I did follow that Acoin, and I don't know if you know about the whole city he's building that's gonna be based off of that, and it's gonna be run. Everybody's gonna be paid with Acoin, and I wanted to kind of like follow the same footstep for my own country as well.
Yeah, that would be really really cool. I got a lot of Haitian friends. I had Haitian best friends from when I grew up, and I'll be happy to help you out in any way, shape, or form with that. I think that's really cool.
For sure. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Rashida, you got any other questions? No, she's still on mute. But I wanted to make sure about something. The Bitcoin Cash, that's a stable coin, right?
No, Bitcoin Cash is another fork off of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been forked so many different times. And when I say fork, it's like a group of some of the engineers believe that the code should go this way or that they should do this, and then they kind of just create their own thing. So that's how you got Litecoin. That's how you got Bitcoin Cash, and then Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV you don't really hear much about anymore because the guy who created it is kind of like in the news, like in a bad way, in a bad light. But Bitcoin Cash is pretty much like a fork off of Bitcoin, so it's not the real deal in a sense. But I do see it going up also because it's been around for a while and it kind of follows Bitcoin also, and it is yet to touch its all-time high. So even if you just hold it until it hits its all-time high, that's a good strategy also.
Now, am I doing this right? something happened, Bitcoin. When Bitcoin went up some, I pulled some of the cash, I pulled some of the value out of it, and I put it in the USD coin. Now that one is a stable coin, right?
That one is a stable coin.
And so,
yep.
Okay, I pulled some of it, and I put it there to hold it. And then like went in and got like some Ethereum or something when something happened. Is that, for what I was doing with that strategy, is that right? Instead of like sometime converting it directly into something that was kind of like, ooh, hold on, let me grab some of the profit so I can buy some other, diversify my my portfolio. Yep. So is that kind of, was that right?
Yeah, that's a good
right way to do it.
That's a good strategy. I was gonna say that you know, it's kind of like hedging against the downfall of Bitcoin. So, you know, I'm sure you probably did it when it got too crazy, or it's probably getting too high. You probably said to yourself, like, all right, you know what, it's probably gonna fall. So then you would switch to the stable coin, which would keep that dollar value at whatever it was. And then once it goes down, you could either buy back in or buy some other coins. I wouldn't say to use that strategy over and over and over, because you can't beat the market. You'll never like really beat the market ever. So don't use it in attempts to try to beat the market, but use it when it's like beneficial to you, or where you see like, you know what, I've been studying this coin. I'm gonna take some profits off of Bitcoin and then throw it into this other coin instead of, you know, trying to save up $100 to $200 and putting it in. You know what I mean? So you can kind of use that money that's already in the game and leverage that.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was one of those things where it's just like, okay, I only have Bitcoin, but I knew there had been like talk about Ethereum, the ones that I had put in the chat that I had purchased. And I was like, well, let me use some of the money, the profit from the Bitcoin, and do that with it. Okay.
Yep.
Cool beans. Well, thank you for you know, having this discussion with us. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? But I know the biggest thing was just making sure that everyone understood that Bitcoin is for real. Like, it's not a fly by night, you know, that it's you know, it's real. And you know, just want everybody to be as knowledgeable about what it is, over the fact versus the fiction.
Yep.
Of it. So
yeah, and there's again, there's a lot of scams out there, and a lot of people, especially on Instagram, that will probably promise you the world. If it sounds too good to be true, most likely it is. So just be wary of people on Instagram, because they will fake these, you know, pages and act like different influencers and try to lure you in. A good way to check is if they reach out to you and, you know, someone's talking to you on Instagram or whatever it is. Sometimes if you look at their post, every post on that page was posted the same day, like maybe 6 days ago. So why is it that you have a post that's supposed to be from 2 years ago, but you only posted it 6 days ago? And then this post that's number 20 was also posted 6 days ago also. So that's like a way to check for like some of these scam and Instagram pages. And the reason why I say that is because I got scammed through Instagram. The dude pretended to be an actual influencer, and they were reaching out to me for some time. So, you know, over time, I was like, all right, you know, it seems like it's this person. And, you know, they were sending me pictures, but lo and behold, they were going to that person's page and just stealing pictures and fronting as if they were really them. They presented this opportunity to invest and get some more money. You know, it looked official and legit. And I decided to put some money into it. Not everything, but I put some money into it, thinking that I would get money out. And they were so good at it that they even showed me a profit. It was like a fake profit. And then when I tried to get the money out, they were like, oh, you got to send us some more money to get the money out. It's like, why now do I have to pay a fee? So I ended up losing that money, unfortunately. And it was after I've already been in cryptocurrency for some time. And, you know, I know the ins and outs. I know what platforms But that's kind of like when the human emotion and like greed and stuff like that kind of takes over. And it's like, oh, you know what? I got another opportunity. And you kind of like blindly jump into stuff. So, just based off of my experience, I just say, be wary and look out for that. And just, go with the trusted route and the trusted platforms and whatnot.
Right.